Hey guys, welcome to Cook with Tiff, where you get the best dish. Let's go!
Cook with Tiff, the muffin gang. These hands are made for cooking and to educate. Why don't you grab a seat at our table? Leave no empty space. If you stay a while, put a smile on your face with these diverse recipes.
Hey guys, welcome back to Cook with Tiff. And today we will be making delicious homemade burger buns. And before I get into the video, guys, I just want to say, remember proper portion size, guys. Please remember. And let us get right into the video. Okay, so you will need all-purpose flour or bread flour, granulated sugar, olive oil or whichever oil that you have available, eggs. I have black sesame seeds. I don't have the white ones, but we're using what we have. Yeast and full cream. Blood cage, me peg. Me no more egg. And full cream milk. In a measuring cup, we will add 3/4 cups of warm water and 3/4 cups of warm milk. And we want to ensure that the milk and the water mixture is not too hot. We want it to be just right, lukewarm. So we don't want it to be too hot. Afterwards, we will then add 2 teaspoons of granulated sugar and we will mix until it is completely dissolved. Next step is to add our yeast. So we want to add 4 teaspoons of yeast to our mixture and we're just going to mix it around and then put it aside for at least 5 to 7 minutes until we see bubbles starts to form or it begins to foam. Here I'm just transferring to a different container because I want the yeast to have space. So I'm using a bigger container. And as a good chef, the best thing to do is to clean as you go along so you don't have all these dirty things piling up. Now we will move on to our flour and I'm going to sift 4 cups of flour. But first I want to run the straight edge of a knife over the rim of my cup just to level the flour. Here we will sift the flour to help break up the clumps or aerate the ingredients. Next we will then add 2 tablespoons of olive oil to our flour and we will just mix as we go along. Remember, muffin gang, we are working smart and not hard. So while the yeast is forming, we'll move on to the dry ingredient, which is the flour. Here guys, I had to go and buy more eggs because my egg broke. As you saw in the intro, my egg broke, guys. So I had to buy some more eggs to ensure that I have everything. And we are going to add this egg to our yeast. And the egg is very important in bread making as this helps to make the bun soft and fluffy and nice. So that's the purpose of adding the egg. Afterwards, I'm just going to gradually add the yeast to the flour and just to make sure that the dough is coming together. So we're just going to gradually add the yeast mixture to our flour and I'm using a spatula at the moment. Don't worry guys, I soon get my hands dirty, clean, because my food ain't dirty. So I'm gonna take that back. I'm going to get my hands clean in my food. Yeah. So now I'm adding some flour to where we're going to need our dough. And we're just going to let it come along and come together. And yes, guys, the dough will be sticky. But remember, we're not making any dumpling. We're not making any boiled dumpling or fried dumpling. So our dough should be sticky. This is how it should feel. And it will come along where it won't be too sticky as you gradually knead it. So guys, don't worry. So here I add a little olive oil to the pan, or the bowl rather, and we're going to put it aside. We have to ensure that we cover it so that there isn't any air, so the dough can double in size, because we want to make a lot of buns. We don't want to make a small batch. We want to make enough so you can share for the family. So I'm going to put it aside and then allow it to rise. And as I said before, guys, we want to clean as we go along. No dirty kitchen to the dolly kitchen. So the next step is to check on our dough, and it has been 2 hours and our dough has doubled in size. So we want to ensure that we punch our dough, which helps to deflate any air pockets that may be in our bun dough. Next, I'm just adding a little flour to our surface, and I'm going to knead the flour once more. Here I'm measuring each dough because I want to ensure that every bun size is the same. We don't want some small, some big, because as Jamaicans, if we see somebody with a bigger food, we're going to say, oh, your food bigger than mine. No, we want every size to be the same. And we're ensuring that each size is 0.74 ounces. So now I am just forming the shape that I desire, which is a round shape. After we have finished shaping our buns, we will put it aside just to rise once more for about 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, you will now add our egg wash to the top of our bun just to give it this nice golden shiny look. And the egg wash is basically egg with whole milk or egg white or egg yolk. And now I'm applying my sesame seeds and putting it in the oven and ready for it to bake. Now let us move on to our fried chicken, and we will add 3/4 cups of low-fat milk. And I'm using low-fat milk because I want to cut down on the amount of fat that I'm using in terms of the bun and frying the chicken. So I think it's best to use low-fat milk. So the next thing we will add is 1 tablespoon black pepper, 1/2 tablespoon jerky seasoning, 1/2 tablespoon Italian seasoning, and 1/2 tablespoon garlic powder, as well as 1 tablespoon of my delicious homemade pepper sauce, because I want the chicken to be a little bit spicy. So have to spice up things, spice up your life with Cook with Tiff, right? True, yes. And we're just adding some of the same ingredients that we use on our chicken. I will do a more detailed video with how I fry my chicken, and we can fry chicken both ways. We can use our oven, which is a healthier option, and we can use oil, and we don't have to deep fry the chicken. We can just put a little bit of oil in a pan and we just fry and flip. We don't have to drench it in all those oil. We just want to basically just get our chicken crispy on the outside and moist on the inside, right guys? Right. In a blender, add 1 tablespoon water, 1/2 of a small tomato, 1 small onion, 1 stalk of scallion, and 1/2 of a small sweet pepper. And we're just going to blend everything. The next step is to add all our blended vegetables to 0.7 ounces of beef. And now we're going to season up the beef so it tastes nice. So we're going to add 1 tablespoon of jerk seasoning, a pinch of garlic powder, 1.5 teaspoon of my delicious homemade pepper sauce, and 1/2 teaspoon of Eve browning. And we're going to mix until everything is evenly distributed and all the seasoning is incorporated into our ground beef. Now it's time to form our burger patties. So now in a bowl we will whisk 1 egg, and in a separate bowl we will add some breadcrumbs. And the purpose of the egg and the breadcrumbs is to basically hold our patty together so it doesn't crumble whenever we are cooking it. So here I formed my patty. It looks so beautiful. You can see all the seasoning. You know it well seasoned, guys. When you can see the season, you know it well seasoned. So now I'm just adding it to my egg mixture, and then I will add it to the breadcrumbs, and we're just going to do it and form all our beef patties. And I formed 3 beef patties from 0.7 ounces of beef. After I finished formed all my beef patties, I put it aside for about 10 minutes and just let the season, just let it marinate in the season and everything. So here I am oiling my pan, and now I'm adding all my beef patties to the pan. We will gradually flip the beef patties until it is cooked. In a saucepan, let us add 4 ounces of pineapple juice, and we're going to cover it and allow it to simmer. And after it has been finished simmering, we will add 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, 1 teaspoon homemade dry thyme leaves, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, and this varies depending on how sweet your pineapple is, 3 teaspoons of jerk seasoning, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, and we're going to mix until it begins to thicken.
just been drinking on the low, mobbing on the low, fucking on the low, smoking on the low. I still been plotting on the low, scheming on the low.
Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed every moment of this video. And please remember to like, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, and guys, watch the video, you know. Watch the video and watch the ads as well. Peace.